The name of this topic is Constructing a Histogram for Numerical Data. Here is the question. Here are the scores for 19 students on a history test, and you see the scores listed here. And then you're asked to draw a histogram for this data. And a histogram looks like a bar graph. The only difference between a histogram and a bar graph is in a histogram, usually the bars are actually touching each other. There's no space between the bars. There's two ways that I usually recommend that students complete this topic. Since the scores are never listed in order, one way that you could do it would be to do this. You could write down a range of 71 to 76. Then you could write down the next range, which is 77 to 82. Then write down the next range of 83 to 88. And then finally write down the fourth range of 89 to 94. Then you can go through number by number, and every time you find one you can make a tally mark next to the ranges until you have them all done. So you would say, okay, 79, I've used that because there's one of those. 91 would go here. 76 would go here. 75 would go here. 78, 92, 90, 77, 87, 93, 88, 83, 82, 73. I want to point out that I'm crossing these off as I use them so that I don't lose my place and look back here and forget where I was. So I'm almost done. 85, 80, 72, 74, and then 84. Now what I want to do, now that I'm done and I've used them all, I need to actually make the marks on the graph. And how I do that is like this. Between 71 and 76, there were 5. So I need to pull this up to the 5. Between 77 and 82, there were also 5. So I need to pull this up to the 5. Between 83 and 88, there were 5. So I need to pull that up to the 5. Between 89 and 94, there were 4. So I need to pull that up to the 4. Now I'm done and I can hit submit, but I always recommend that people check one more thing before you hit submit. Let me go back and show you what that is. If these were the scores for 19 students, if I think I'm done, these numbers here should add up to 19. If they don't, then I've done something wrong. Well, there's 5, 10, 15 plus 4 is 19, so I feel fairly confident that I've done it correctly, and then I can move on. So I told you there's two ways that I recommend people do this. I'll show you another way. Here are the heights in inches of a sample of 17 adult males, and we're going to make another histogram. If you don't like the way I just showed you, you could try it like this. I could try dragging this up one by one until I'm done. So I need to go to 72, so I would go here, actually here in this one, drag that up one. Then I could go back and say, okay, 65, I'll go to where that would be, I'll drag that up one. Next is 73, so I'll go there and drag that up another one. So you could go one by one like that as well until you're done. So either one of those ways will help you construct a histogram for numerical data.